My name is Tomoko Kurokawa, and I am the Regional Humanitarian Advisor for the UNFPA Asia Pacific Regional Office. When the earthquake hit Myanmar on March 28th, UNFPA and our partners were on the ground within the first 48 hours. Our immediate priorities were to ensure continued availability and provision of life-saving sexual and reproductive health services, including maternal and newborn care, and essential gender-based violence, risk mitigation, and response services, including mental health and psychosocial support. These services are absolutely essential for affected women and girls in their time of greatest need, at a time when they have lost everything, from their homes to their family members and their livelihoods. Here in Mandalay, I had the opportunity to visit many of the service delivery points that UNFPA is supporting, and to also meet with our partners and the communities. At the Women and Girls Center, I met with a group of women who shared how essential the center was for them during the earthquake response. They said that this center is the only safe and private place in the area where they can go to receive information about their sexual and reproductive health, to talk openly and safely about gender-based violence, and to receive emotional support. Many said that the center has helped them rebuild a sense of community, and what they learned at the center is now knowledge that they pass on to their children, especially adolescent girls. It has become very clear that the center has become a place of healing and strength. I also visited the floating clinic. This is a boat that travels along the river in Mandalay to reach local communities that otherwise have very limited access to health care. On this floating clinic, women received antenatal checkups. They received family planning counseling and contraceptives, and pregnant women were able to safely deliver, supported by reproductive health kits, clean delivery kits, and other commodities that UNFPA provided within the first few months of the earthquake response. In one of the displacement camps, 7 months after the earthquake, families are still living in crowded makeshift tents that offer very little privacy or protection from the rain. The women that I spoke with said that they fled with only the clothes on their backs. They expressed appreciation for every single item in the dignity kit that they received from UNFPA in the first phases of the response, especially the menstrual products, because it enabled them to manage their periods with dignity in difficult conditions. For many, this support was a lifeline for them. Despite everything that they've been through, what really stood out to me was their resilience and their quiet determination. Across these visits, what really stood out was the continued commitment and dedication of our national partners. They are the ones running the Women and Girls Centers, the Women and Girls Safe Spaces, the floating clinic, the mobile clinics, ensuring provision of essential services to affected communities under extremely challenging conditions and mounting pressures like funding cuts. For the earthquake response alone, UNFPA and our partners have reached over 122,000 individuals across 39 townships in 6 states and regions, including over 2,000 persons with disabilities, with essential health, protection, and psychosocial services. But families remain displaced, living in extremely difficult conditions, and require continued access to health and protection services. Beyond the earthquake response, UNFPA, through its trusted network of local partners, continues to be on the ground, supporting communities who are affected by the armed conflict and protracted displacement, with essential sexual and reproductive health services and gender-based violence services. UNFPA is fully committed to standing with the women and girls of Myanmar, but we cannot do it alone. Your support is essential to keep these services running, to protect the rights, health, dignity, and well-being that they deserve, and to sustain the hope and the strength that I witnessed so clearly on the ground here in Mandalay.